What if we raise a product to a power? And you want to be very, very, very careful about this one, because a product to a power is different than a sum to a power. So what we're talking about now is, what if we take x times y and raise that to the third power? Well, that's the same as x times y times x times y times x times y. Using the commutative property, we can move this around and rewrite this as x times x times x times y times y times y. Notice that we get x cubed times y cubed, which is just the same thing we would have gotten as if we had moved this cube through and used the power to a power rule on the two different pieces. So, a to the m, a times b to the m becomes a to the m times b to the m. So let's look at a simple example. Suppose we have 3z to the fourth. Well, we distribute the 4 to both bases and end up with 3 to the fourth, z to the fourth. Similarly, if we look at minus 5, y to the minus 2 raised to the minus 3 power, we get minus 5 to the minus 3 power, y to the minus 2 to the minus 3 power. Now we multiply through, so a negative 3 power times a negative 5 becomes 1 over negative 5 to the third. Notice I keep the sign the same, and we don't really like that negative there. We'll deal with that in a second. We have 1 over 5 to the third, and y to the minus 2 raised to the minus 3 is y to the minus 2 times minus 3, which becomes y to the sixth. So I end up with a y to the sixth on top, a 5 cubed on bottom, and we move our negative sign to the front or to the top since we don't like it on the bottom.